Hey there folks, Tempesk here bringing another audio commentary, and today we have a game between Remind and viOLet from the I Love Disc Finals. It's a best of 7, Remind is currently 1-0 up, and this game is pretty much live, so actually I'm not even going to be sure as to who wins the series or anything like that, but as I say, best of 7, so really a huge test of skill, and this is an online tournament as well, so very excited to see how how this plays out. viOLet, we haven't seen much from him at all recently. I think he's actually no, I'm pretty sure he is playing StarCraft 2 now, and obviously still very strong player, strong enough to get to the finals of a very well stacked competition. And Remind is just such a beast, especially at online tournaments. But also, I mean, bear in mind he won this year's WCG and everything. So really, I'd say Remind's probably the best player out there at the moment. Really, he's such a force to be reckoned with, and it looks like we will be seeing a standard opening for Remind. One thing that is important to notice is that he is going to be creeping this Merc camp out first. That's something you can afford to do with against an Orc. And actually, ooh, look at this, viOLet going for a very late barracks and getting that Voodoo Lounge up much earlier, which might mean that he's going to be doing some quick creeping. Maybe he's going to try and creep out this camp and then, or just the Ogre from that camp, come back, buy an item. And actually no, I guess he could buy an item first and go straight to the straight here, or even go straight for some harassment. Although certainly the marketplace is a very common place to go and do some very early creeping before Remind really gets on top of things, especially considering that Remind's going to want to be creeping this camp out first, because otherwise he's just at such risk of being creep jacked at another time. And Remind actually is bringing in a Wisp here, so he is going to scout this really late barracks, as well as actually a second burrow is going up, so we're not going to see a one burrow tech like we do sometimes see from Orcs. And this Playmaster is about to pop out now. Is going to chase down the Wisp, but no, eventually decides against it. It's a good choice there by Remind. A fantastic timing by Remind as well to send in that Wisp just at the perfect time, so that the Playmaster actually has to waste a bit of his time chasing that Wisp, because obviously if you do rally units out of a altar, it will just chase that Wisp, and that does as long as it's close enough to be within range. And looks like Remind's going to be creeping out this camp, nicely using the lightning shield on the archer to do that creeping a bit quicker. And Remind now even scouting out that this camp is only being prepped for the item, and now viOLet going to come in here and finish off this creeping. And maybe, I'm not sure if Remind actually did scout this out, but unfortunately it looks like he's not going to react in time by bringing his Demon Hunter up to try and catch that Blade Master in the act of this creeping here. This Blade Master is going to be able to finish off this creeping, and both players have now started their tier 2 attacks. Remind obviously could be able to put either an Ancient of War or an Ancient of Wonders here, maybe an Ancient of Wonders right now to block that base off, and that's very important to protect your Wisps because they are so vulnerable. No, it looks like, ooh, 2 more Moonwalls going down, still no complete block going off, and it looks like he is walking his Ancient of War back up. Or no, actually no, he's going to do this creeping here. So really he's not going to have a protected base, and the Blade Master is now coming in. This is so bad here for Remind. We do have a Potion of Greater Healing being picked up here for viOLet, probably the best item you can get, and viOLet now going to go for these Moonwalls because the Wisps are fairly well protected. A couple of them are actually exposed here. Remind should be a bit more careful with that. It looks like Remind's going to lose one Moonwall, or at least one constructing Moonwall. Is going to have to rebuild that later on, and it's going to be distracting from his creeping as viOLet moves down. Perfect play here by viOLet. And actually looks like we do have one grunt coming in from behind here, and another grunt coming in from the front to try and get some more damage done with this creep jack. viOLet now picking off one creep, getting level 2. Remind obviously already has level 2 because he creeped out that Merc camp first, and this Playmaster now going to be on the run, but still should be able to run home and heal up because he does actually have one self on him, so he should be able to continue his harassment very shortly. And Remind still not blocking his base. I'm surprised he hasn't even rebuilt this Moonwall. It really seems like that's a big mistake there by him, because there's no reason not to get those early, and now that it's nighttime as well, it's going to mean that he has much less Moon Juice for regeneration. Remind actually putting up a Sneaky's Hunter's Hall outside of where you would normally expect it to be, and he is obviously going to be going for lures in this case. That's a very interesting choice, especially on this map where lures aren't popular at all really against Orc, but a very fun play here by Remind. It will be interesting to see how that plays out. We know viOLet now trying to chase down the Demon Hunter, do a bit of damage. We do have a Berserker which has been picked up because I believe that Archer was chased down and killed, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh no, actually the Archer's here, so maybe Remind just wants a bit more DPS. Maybe he's a bit worried, or maybe he's trying to tie himself over until he gets bears, because obviously he isn't going to have the instant protection of the dots, because he probably isn't going to be going for Beastmaster second. Oh my god, this Playmaster goes down to 56,000, 9 health, is being chased down. Neither player does have boots actually, so this is going to be a very slow chase. Playmaster has less mana than he has health, so we can't mana burn him for the kill, and Remind now going to be chasing him down, but Bear in mind, there is this healing potion, but it probably won't be needed. Remind realizes this and turns around to go home. Very, very nice. And actually looks like a blade. Oh, a Naga being picked up second here by viOLet, who's now hit tier 2 and is putting up a War Mill. Ooh, very, very early War Mill. Maybe we're going to be seeing a tower rush from viOLet. That would certainly be very interesting. I can't really think of any other reason you would get one this War Mill this early, because obviously you can get it for the coder later on, which is great against any Hunter's Hall based builds, but it's just far too early. You definitely want to have your bestiary up first, unless viOLet was just hoping to get a bunch of extra lumber, which doesn't seem likely. He's actually pulling peons. He is going for this tower rush now. This is such a clutch timing here by him. He really needs to be very, very careful. But Ryan is now creeping and will be caught in a massive creep jack. He hasn't picked up a second hero yet. Is he getting? He is getting Keep of the Grove. Ooh, that's an interesting choice here. Obviously works fantastically well with lore builds, but as I say, just really, really not too strong in this early game. And Ryan now losing that Berserker and the Archer. One of viOLet's grunts getting intercepted, and Speech Gold now being used by viOLet. Doesn't actually get this round. Keeps the Grove is now out and has to be on the run immediately. This Naga gonna slow him down. Will Remind be able to get him away? He does actually pick up a staff, but he obviously can't staff himself home there. And so Remind gonna have to pass it to the Demon Hunter and maybe hope he can staff to within the within his base. That'd be very, very nice. First tower's immediately cancelled. There are 3 more go up now for viOLet, and a Remind now is gonna try and take down one, but these towers are now going up, and this is so bad for Remind, who's being caught a bit out here. He needs to put up an Nature Protector. He's actually already putting one up. Very, very nice there, and it looks like we do now have actually this Keep the Grove taking a huge amount of damage. Does go down to that Naga. Remind realizing he can't run away versus that Naga, just does sacrifice it. That's so unfortunate there for Remind, having lost that, and now Remind in a terrible position with these towers going up. 4 grunts against him, and he has no units whatsoever. He might want to buy another Berserker from the Merc Cap. That might be his best choice at this point. But Remind now almost level 3, has picked up a healing potion. That's going to be so important because his Demon Hunter is going to have to do so much tanking if he wants to stay in this game. First Stride pops out. These strides are going to be fantastic. If Remind just spreads the damage across all of the grunts, that's just so much DPS possibility. Nice block here by viOLet, stopping this Demon Hunter from getting into the base, and the Ancient of Wonders is now going to go down, and the base of Remind is going to be horribly exposed. Fantastic play here by viOLet, really mixing up this matchup, really catching Remind off guard, but a second Ancient Protector is going up. First one has now finished, and the Keep of the Grove's out, and we will have one entangle on this one grunt here. Very, very nice, and this is looking a bit better now for Remind. Can he hold on just this bit longer, at which point his drives will really start to pay off, but these few towers are now out. Nature's Blessing has actually finished for Remind, so he does have 7 armor on that Ancient of War, which has rooted next to these towers, and will be able to do a bit of damage here, but this repair might be too much for him. We'll have to see how much Remind can do. Remind actually moving this Ancient Protector very far out, and looks like viOLet very on top of things, going to be catching Remind in this position and going to take down this Ancient Protector. That is so huge there for viOLet, and Remind now yet again looking like he's in quite a bad position, and actually Remind now engaging this one grunt here. I'm not sure if that's accidental or not, but it seems like his priority should definitely be trying to stay in this space. Look at Remind even bringing up some wisps to try and block the army from getting in, and it looks like he will be having this one Ancient Protector being killed by here. These towers have now finished, and or sorry, no more towers are being built, but these towers are now actually kill Berserkers. So that's very, very bad. Looks like we do have another Ancient of Wonders being rebuilt. This Ancient of Wonders could be so important. Oh my god, the Blade Master now down to 30 hit points and does take a hit from the Tree of Ages and goes down. Maybe Ryan's gonna be able to stay in this game. We do have 1 hit coming off here from this Keep of the Grove. Finally, maybe he's gonna be able to chase away this Naga. The Demon Hunter is finally coming back in. He is level 3 because I assume he killed that grunt back there, and it looks like this Demon Hunter will now be trying to take down this Naga. He does pick up a healing potion here and is gonna be chasing around this Naga. Naga is going to be trying to run around this group of towers, so does need to be careful because he probably will lose this Naga in the end, but wants to do as much damage to his Demon Hunter as he can. Maybe even he can even chase away the Demon Hunter. Down to 2 hit points on this Naga. Naga actually gets away, and this Keep of the Grove now going to be forced to chase down the Naga. Naga at 8 hit points, and it looks like the Naga turns around and gets the kill on the Keep of the Grove. Fantastic play there by viOLet. As soon as he was out of vision range, he turned around, and with the super powerful hits of the Naga, he managed to take him down, and Remind now being forced to TP back into his base. He does now have 1 bear with adept training, so he can use rejuvenation to heal himself up for free. That would be very, very nice, but 2 more towers are now going up for viOLet, and I'm not sure there's too much more that Remind can do here. Remind buying a healing potion, going to try and engage here, going to try and take down this Naga, who does have a bunch of mana, could be mana burnt here for a lot, does get 1 hit off, down to 8 hit points now. This Naga does go down. Remind now going to be running out of his base. He does need to find a way to maybe go to the shop, buy a staff and get back to his base, but he doesn't even have a second bear here, so really he's in a lot of trouble. Second Ancient Protector now going up here. Looks like Remind actually going to try and run back into his base, buys another healing potion. It is still on cooldown though, and it looks like he has lost that Ancient of Wonders there, but the Keeper of Grove is now back out here for Remind. Still only level 1, but that Entangle Roots in combination with the Ancient Protectors is so much DPS. if you can focus it right. But it looks like this Blade Master already back now, and is good, is only level 2, but still does have that greater healing potion, so important against that Keep Their Grove with the entangling roots. And it looks like we will be having these Ancients of Lore uprooting and going to be trying to run a bit further away. That's a smart choice here. It looks like one Ancient of Wonders actually being built there by Remind. Immediately has to be cancelled though. Healing potion being used by Remind, who's trying to take down these towers, but the Blade Master now back in this battle. Remind now gonna have to run, does lose his Demon Hunter now, and this might be it. This is the GG. Yes, there we go. viOLet takes game 2. Fantastic game there by viOLet. Really shaking up what you would expect in this situation. Fantastic game. So I know it's been a while since I brought you any games on my YouTube channel. I hope all of you who did watch the Replayers Cup with me live streamed enjoyed it. It was a fantastic cup, and I'll try and bring you some more games in the near future, but unfortunately I'm currently snowed under by work, so they might be a bit less frequent for the near future. So I hope you enjoyed that game as ever, and please feel free to comment below and whatnot. Thanks.